I've had a couple of them talk about that. The website's a big sell. They'll say, my agent gave me 3 or 4 guys and I picked you because your website was nice. Or
Ooh,
I just had one the other day too, and I posted in KC's group, the Christian Home Inspector group, on this, and
hmm,
it kind of got some conversation going. But the lady booked me because I had my pricing on my website. And I know
interesting.
there's some guys that are against it, some guys are for it, but it was nice kind of going through that post, because you could read all the different reasons why guys would be against it or with it. But she liked the transparency. She said she felt like she could trust me more because I had all of that listed. I wasn't hiding anything, I guess.
Yeah. Have you ever questioned that over the years? It's always a debate. I get that question like every webinar I do. They're like, show pricing, not show pricing. What was the decision point, I guess, for you to?
Honestly, I'm confident enough in like my reviews and my website and how I sell myself on my website that pricing, I didn't care if that ended up being a factor from someone choosing me, then that's probably wasn't someone I wanted to work with to begin with. I love when people book and they don't ask a question about pricing.
Oh,
Like they're
beautiful.
not asking about how much it costs or what. They're just like, I want this, 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 and this. They're like, if this day works, and it's like perfect, and you set it up and you get done with the conversation, and then you realize that they didn't even ask you how much it cost. And it's like that's when you know that they picked you for the reason that I'm wanting to be picked, which is they 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 liked how I sold myself, basically, or I had good reviews or whatever. So
I'll definitely
um,
link to your pricing page in the description, but I love how plain, it's just simple and straightforward. Um, yeah, I'm a big fan of this, especially when you have the value and the reviews to fall back on. And so like I
mhm,
know early on some inspectors are like, well, I gotta like sell myself on the phone when someone calls. And that's fair too. I think early on
mhm,
it's you don't
yeah.
have the brand that you have. Have you had to raise prices with inflation or I guess let me just simply ask, how do you view raising prices? What's your kind of philosophy there?
So I usually do once a year. If I'm too busy, then I'll do it mid-year. Like if the summer hits and I'm like having to turn people down, or I'm booked so far out that I can't accept anymore, then I'll raise prices, because I'm trying to stay in that area where I'm booked out enough, but I'm not losing business.
Right.
I think and a lot of people do price shop, and they hire people based on prices. I think if you're priced too low, you're probably going to be getting a lot more calls. I would think raising your prices higher, you might not get as many phone calls. So it kind of helps level out the amount of work you're doing, and being booked out too far. Um, but yeah, usually once a year. This year I did not raise my prices yet. I usually do it in January.
Mhm.
Um, Instead, I implemented a credit card fee.
Mm,
So if they use a card, 4% fee. Spectora's got that little checkbox on there. I
right.
think I use Square, but I use it like through Spectora,
Yep.
and it's like automatically adds 4% technology fee or whatever. And I've had, since I did that, I think I did that in February. I've only had one person pay with a card, so that's helped out a lot, because I looked at my fees for Square for 2021, and it was around $4,000. So I mean, it's a lot of the bigger guys, that's nothing, but for me, $4,000 over a 12-month period, that's a good raise, and I consider implementing a credit card fee a raise, essentially, because
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
making $4,000 more a year.
That's your
So
inflation bump right there.
yeah, so that's what my decision was this year. I might see later on in the year if it starts picking up, or see other guys where if their price points are a lot higher than I am. I definitely don't want to be the lowest guy, so I might raise them at that point again. But yeah, for now, I think the card fees definitely.
So only you said everyone's been basically doing check or cash.
Yeah, check or cash. Got a lot of cash, a lot of checks. What I noticed too after doing this is a lot more people show up to the inspection. I used to not really like that. I just like being alone. But I tell people now, wait 30 minutes, give me 30 minutes at the house from the start time, and then you can show up. That way I can kind of get in the groove and start going once I get there. But it's actually been better with people showing up because I get that personal connection again. A handshake, get to see them, they get to see me. I feel like that builds trust, and I feel like that kind of lowers your chances of, if they come up with an issue down the road, then getting mad at you, because they know you on a personal level now. And I feel like they see you inspecting. They're like, well, I saw him in that area. If this was an issue, he would have found it for sure, or some stuff like that. So
Yeah.
the credit card fees actually improved things on a different level, where people are showing up to the inspection now, because they, rather than pay that credit card fee, they want to show up and hand you like the cash or the check or whatever. So,
Which allows you to imprint on them, and they trust you more, probably less callbacks over time. Wow, I didn't think about that angle.
Absolutely, yeah.
Hi everyone, this is Louis from Spectora. I'm going to put 3 links down in the description below. The first link is for you if you like Spectora, but maybe you just have a couple questions. You can schedule a 15-minute discovery call with someone from our client success team to make sure that Spectora is a great fit for you. It is, by the way. If you're ready to dive in and start using the app, the second link is for our free trial. With the average cost of a home inspection, that's a couple $1,000s that you'll pocket before you pay us a dime. And the third link is for our Spectora Jumpstart program. If you're a brand new home inspector, you probably need a website, or maybe you have a website that you just kind of threw up real quick and you're not super thrilled with it. In the Jumpstart program, we'll make you a great website based on feedback from you to make sure that it reflects your business, your market, and you. We'll optimize it for search engines, and we'll put an online scheduler on your website too, so you can spend less time on the phone and more time out in the field working. We'll also bundle it with a full year of the Spectora app, and we'll do it at a great price too. Hey, thanks for watching this video. I hope you check out other videos on this channel, and take care.